I'm going to read you a quote, and then we're going to look at the long-term career of the man who said it. When a sullen black woman of 17 or 18 can decide to have a baby and get welfare and food stamps and become a burden to all of us, it's time to stop. In parts of South Los Angeles, having babies for welfare is the only industry the people have. This is Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. Today is February 1st. So this is Christina with the Sisyphean Journal, where we talk about women's abortion deaths. And in this case, we are going to talk about the 11th death of 16 that I know of at Fast Eddie Allred's chain of for-profit abortion clinics, Family Planning Associates Medical Group. And as far as I know, it is the largest for-profit chain of abortion clinics in the Western world, perhaps in the entire world. And yes, that was a Fast Eddie Allred quote. Why is it that if you're pro-choice, you can say appalling things like that? We are going to look at one of those young black women that Allred had so much contempt for. A 24-year-old Tanisha went to a Family Planning Associates Medical Group clinic for an abortion on January 26 of 1995. She brought a friend named Mickey along with her. Now, Mickey had been sitting in the waiting room for several hours when she noticed that an ambulance was pulling up. Staff knew that she was the person who had come with Tanisha, but they didn't say anything to her. Somehow Mickey found out that it was her friend being rushed out into the ambulance, and she called Tanisha's family. Tanisha's father hurried to the clinic and wasn't able to find out anything. As he later said, everything was done in secrecy. His daughter was taken to the hospital. She never regained consciousness, and she died on February 1st. Now, her parents sued, and the family and an attorney, a spokeswoman, and just concerned community members rallied outside the clinic. The attorney said this death definitely could have been avoided. Tanisha Wesson was given too much anesthesia, which caused her to vomit and choke. We are claiming negligence by the clinic staff who were not present when she began vomiting and ultimately delayed 20 to 25 minutes before calling emergency help. And remember, this is something I complain about a lot, that once the baby's dead, it's like the abortion clinic forgets the woman even exists. It's like she's off the radar. She's just off their screen. She might as well have never existed once they get rid of that baby. At the rally outside the clinic, the family spokesperson pointed to Tanisha's 5-year-old son, David, and said, "All my words could never speak as eloquently as the expression on this little boy's face, who will never see his mother again." And sadly, like I said, Tanisha is the 11th of 16 women that I know of that died after abortions at the Family Planning Associates chain. And if you look, there's a gap. The first death was in 1970. That was a young woman named Denise. But then there's a huge gap until 1984 where 2 women died. Another in 85, one in 86, 2 in 1988, 2 in 1992, another one in 94, one in 98, one in 99, 2 in the year 2000, and 1 in 2004. I haven't heard of any other deaths in the 16 years since Chanel's death in 2004, but I don't think she's the last. because I only found out about Tanisha's 1995 death fairly recently, within just the past couple of years. She'd been dead at least 10, perhaps 15 years before I even found out about her death. I think there are others between Denise and Patricia, and I think there have been others since Chanel. And that is why it is important for you to like, share, comment, subscribe, get me monetized so I can find out what the real death toll is at Fast Eddie's chain of clinics, where he perfected the assembly line abortion, treating women like just so much grist for the abortion mill.